The year was 1966. That's 50 years ago. It doesn't seem that long to me, but where do the years go? I have a story I must tell of when we were growing up. 'Twas the year our team made headlines when we won the Rackard Cup. The Rackard Cup was started back in 1956. We practiced in the farmers' fields. We didn't have a pitch. That's the way things were back then. Sure, we didn't have a care. But we had one big advantage in the men from County Clare. Our teacher's name was Bracken, and he gave it such a push that he got the interest going from Ballyellis to Kilrush. Ah, well, do I remember. July of 66, as we marched out of our dressing room onto Belfield's big green pitch, and the crowd I saw before me, it was a sight to see, and written on the scoreboard was Kilrush and Bree. I remember looking down the pitch. It seemed so big and wide compared to our humble schoolyard, where we played our game with pride. And in those days of long ago, with no dressing room or pitch, you the farmers' fields, cow dungs, and we tugged out in the ditch. At last the nerves were settled and the ref threw in the ball, and the pace was described as hectic, as said by one and all. We opened up the scoring in a game of hectic pace, but Patsy Tobin's long-range point kept Kilrush in the race. The pace it never slackened, as the ball went to and fro, with both sides seeking glory as the ref, he let it go. Frees were rare and tension high, and chances there were few. The scoreboard read 1 point each when the half-time whistle blew. Our supporters rallied round with praise and advice to beat the band, while Bracken and selectors surveyed the task on hand. We did not get long to settle, tried not to make a sound, with Bracken in the middle and advisors all around. We got a heavy lecture in a silent sort of way, and we all stood there with eyes cast down, not knowing what to say. But we all got the message, as we'd seen that look before. And then he said, go do your best for Kilrush and ask him more. We then took up our places and the ref threw in the ball, and both sides had a hunger that was felt by one and all. But we had a fighting spirit, and our team stood firm and tall. Then all Kilrush erupted, and Big Barty got the ball. We stood in mortal terror as we watched the umpire stand, and with relief and pride we saw the green flag in his hand. Again the crowd erupted. I still can hear the sound. I'm sure they heard the echo in fame to Hammond town. But the game was far from over. The attacks came good and strong. The backs they worked together with not a foot put wrong. With Bree they raised the white flag. I could feel the tension sore. Then Barty in quick reply he raised the flag once more. Now Bree kept up the pressure, and we all stood firm and strong when a shot of goal from point blank range, and we feared had things gone wrong. But Jordan never faltered, kept his eye upon the ball, and his brilliant save, it made the day and made heroes of us all. The pressure kept increasing as white flags were raised twice more, but Barty's point had clinched it for Kilrush and Askimore. When the referee blew the whistle, and at last the game was o'er, to think at last we'd won a cup that we'd never won before. Credit must be given to our gallant football team. Every lad, he played his part, the likes you've never seen. with passion and persistence and the greatest sportsmanship that evening down in Belfield as we walked off hip to hip. 'Twas years since we saw victory. Of that you know quite well. The last team that brought honours was that famous team Brideswell. It's an honour and a privilege, and any captain's dream, to receive the Rackard Cup and represent his team. Now Belfield holds great memories, as it does for many a man. Above all, to get the Rackard Cup from Nicky from Fhaoláin.